So here are two examples of where the ability to edit the genome can go wrong. One is the prospect that a disgruntled lab worker or perhaps a terrorist in their laboratory designs a new virus, a new, let's say, form of flu that could be transferred from human to human and would create a worldwide pandemic. It might be a new form of bird flu, for example. Another form that synthetic biology could take that could be quite destructive is the capability of creating gene drives. Now, gene drives is a term for manufacturing or synthetically creating the new form of a species that would replace the older form. This could be very attractive if you were replacing mosquitoes that carry Zika or mosquitoes that carry malaria and yellow fever. So you could eradicate the version of the mosquitoes that could carry these diseases with a version of the mosquito that did not. But now consider that this same power will allow us to perhaps alter all kinds of species and even upset ecosystems. You might want to deal with the fact that locusts swarm and they cause a great deal of agricultural damage when they swarm. But locusts swarm over vast regions of the earth that include 47 different countries. We have no idea if we introduce this alteration how much it will change the ecology of those environments. And that's not even talking about more frivolous examples where we may create a new version of a species that is more beautiful or more tasty, and how its introduction into the wild could upset an existing ecosystem. Now let's go to another field of research, geoengineering. Geoengineering refers to the use of any technology to mitigate the effects of global climate change. Some of them are rather simple and straightforward, such as planting more trees or painting the roofs of buildings white so they reflect sunlight back into the atmosphere. But those are pretty small scale in terms of what their overall effect would be, though massive reforestation could go a long way. But one proposal is that we seed the atmosphere with sulfates. Now, this is something that volcanoes do, and if the sulfates were seeded into the stratosphere, that could reflect significant sunlight back away from the Earth and actually slow global warming by roughly 50% per year. It doesn't stop global climate change, but it does slow the rate at which it progresses. Now, the concern with dramatic forms of geoengineering is that once we begin tinkering with the stratosphere, once we begin tinkering with climate in this way, we have no idea about how that will affect all the feedback loops between various layers of the atmosphere, and whether the attempt we took to mitigate global climate change actually created more damage than it created help. And therefore we need some degree of ability to test these technologies to understand whether they really are possible tools that we can use down the line, or really whether the dangers of such processes outweigh the benefits of them.